moves the camera a little bit.
Yep. There it is.
There we go. I'm gonna move the mic a little bit too. All right, so we are live. I want to first apologize to everyone for running a little bit late. Eddie's pet dinosaur got loose.
No, you had to take care of business with your buddy Frank.
Yes. So yeah, live chat with Eddie. This is pretty cool because it was about a month and a half ago. I was doing the same thing with YouTuber NZR doing. So yeah. What all to say?
Oh, hello, Danny McDonald. Is he related to Ronald McDonald?
Hey, remember, this is my channel. Somebody gets pissed off at you, wants to kick your ass, they got to go to your channel. Sodor Dan Demand. Thanks for tuning in. I'm guessing it's probably getting close to like 2 o'clock in Wales. I haven't forgotten about your email. I'm still yet to reply to it. I've had a lot going on. Yesterday was a pretty busy day. Actually, last week was a very busy week. I had a lot of stuff going on with work. I had a lot of stuff I was trying to get done here at home because of this big meetup we had there yesterday, which go ahead and talk a little bit about that. I'm kind of waiting until Jacob shows up because I'm pretty sure he's going to be upset if I start talking about details and everything without him being here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hello to Zach. Nice to see you tuned in as well. Yep, Zardar. You see, he was in your seat a couple months ago. And now the master has taken the throne once again. That's what it's been like, literally 6 years since I've seen Eddie.
Yeah, I've been trying to get this meetup done for a few years. Things kept coming up, and especially last year when we had the pandemic start. I mean, we were so close to getting that done last year, but
Yep. And at the last minute, the show got canceled. It's like,
and my state pretty much went into lockdown. So
Pennsylvania wasn't much better. So, unfortunately, we've been trying to meet up again since 2016. What was it? 2017. Your schedule didn't permit it. 2018, it looked like you were going to make it, but then you couldn't. And then 2019, it came really close to you making it. And then all of a sudden, 180 turn, you couldn't go. And last year, the show got canceled. And this year it got canceled. This meetup almost didn't happen. Like, coincidence, everything worked out schedule-wise. That was back in August, I think it was, when me and Zach met up. I had Christian Terrence the Tractor 525. He talked about meeting up with me here Columbus Day weekend because I was supposed to meet up with him up in New York back in July, and unfortunately I wasn't able to make it, which still irritates me because, reasons. But he said that, since we weren't able to meet up then, maybe we can meet up Columbus Day weekend because his schedule permitted it. And I actually talked to Eddie about that too. And Eddie wanted to try to meet up when Zach was here, but he just couldn't work around that. But everything worked out. He was able to make it here for Columbus Day weekend. And yesterday I think it was yesterday afternoon, Christian showed up, hung out around here for an hour. We exchanged some stuff. And he was just on his way out by the time Eddie showed up. So Eddie did get a few minutes to, have a bull session with him and shake his hand. And
yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I've seen his videos before, and they're actually really pretty good, I gotta
Stop looking at me.
What?
Look at the audience. They're here to see you and your, who did I say you?
You're
Jackie Gleason mustache. They're here to see that too. So look at the camera, look at the camera, look at the audience.
Yeah, I've got a mustache. You got a full-on goatee.
Yeah. And then you listen to Train Man says I look like Chris Kyle. And I keep telling him, it's like, if I'm Chris Kyle, that makes me an American sniper. And if that's the case, don't piss off someone who can end your life from another zip code.
In all fairness, you also kind of look like somebody who could have been a part of the Hells Angels as well. So.
Oh, you see my uncle. He's got a biker beard.
Oh, jeez.
Ahoy there, Captain. Howdy, Mr. Plow. See, speak of the devil and he will appear.
Train Man 3985.
Yes.
Hello.
You see, we need to get Michael to meet up with us, sometime.
That would be great.
He's out in Vegas, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There, maybe you can bootleg a slot machine over here.
Hell, maybe even make a Thomas the Tank Engine themed if that was even a thing. Imagine a Thomas the Tank Engine themed slot machine. That'd be nuts.
Well, you could make one, just put a bunch of stickers on it.
That is true. And every time you hit a jackpot, the Thomas the Tank Engine theme would probably play.
You mean the classic one?
Well, that or the original anthem, like which I think was "Thomas, We Love You" or something like that. Something like that.
That's a good one.
It was the top. Oh god.
Well, let's be honest. Zach there, he's more of a bottom guy. Yeah, so that question does actually work here. It's okay, Zach. You're cool if that's your decision.
Yes, Dan DeMant has a very good point. All the best Thomas modelers have beards.
Jack doesn't have a beard.
Well, he could have one if he would be man enough to grow one.
I don't think he'd look good with a beard.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh, man. Yeah, so there was something I was going to say. I kind of got sidetracked. But, I don't know. If I can't remember, it must not have been important.
Guess
not. Trying to think. So, I'd like to know where Jacob is. Maybe he fell asleep in the toilet again.
Never know.
Well, he's the one always talking about, he's drinking all this herbal tea and all this other. It's like, geez, man, eat some junk food.
No, yeah, I don't drink tea. I drink iron brew.
So Zach wants to know how we met. Well, let's see.
I think
it was back in the 1970s at a classic car show. Eddie was there with his 1950s Rolls Royce.
Well, in all fairness, there's Jacob.
Yeah, he finally got here. He's a little late to the party.
I want to spill the parts, so I'll go. Jay Leno was at the car show too. Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Look at Sodor, man.
Herbal tea, herbal free, run on the toilet. But yeah, in all seriousness, we actually met back on the the Bachman forums back like in 2007, maybe.
No, it was earlier than that. It was almost like 2002 or 2003, somewhere around there.
I think Thomas Percy only came out like 2002.
Possibly. Because I know around like 2000, it was around 2004, 2005. I remember Gordon and Henry got announced. And that was like the big thing on the forum during the time.
Yeah, I think that was around where we Matt, honestly, because
Yeah.
I know James, Thomas, and Percy were out by the time we
Yeah,
met.
because you originally you were Jock the Yellow Engine, then you changed your name to Boomer Fan.
Yeah, just
And then you lost access to your account, and you haven't been on since.
Yeah. Besides that, I just didn't really see any point getting back on the forum, to be honest.
That's like oh, what's his name? Matt. My friend Matt there, he ended up losing access to his YouTube channel, his old YouTube channel, just because he didn't have access to the email anymore to recover his password.
Yeah, for the longest time, I didn't have access to my email account either because I always figured some guy had hacked into it and took it over. But turns out, like maybe a couple years later, I actually decided, you know what, I should be filing a report about this, about my email being taken over. And lo and behold, they actually helped me get my email back. So, well, by that time, I had already started a Gmail account. So
Yeah. What was it?
So yeah, I've got 2 emails.
I'll be honest with you. Like I've had like Hotmail for the longest time, and the whole thing's just gone upside down ever since Microsoft took over.
Yeah, well, it actually was a Hotmail account that got taken over. So
What was it?
I still use Hotmail every once in a while. So
Yeah,
I don't think it's that bad, but it could be better, I guess.
could be worse.
Mm-hmm. Also, that is a good question. How does he know about his herbal tea?
Good question. Might want to check your room, Jacob. Possibility it's bugged.
And not of these kind. Jeez.
Yeah, all these damn flies. One of those deals. Everyone opens the window to let a fly out, and meanwhile, 12 flies, a mosquito, several bats, and a moth, and a Jehovah's Witness get in.
Oh yeah, don't forget a spider.
Yes, you like spiders, sir.
No, I don't.
You like them a lot. They're very crunchy.
Yeah, the only thing I like about spiders is killing them. To be honest, I hate to say it, but I'm much like Richard Hammond in that aspect. I hate creepy crawlies. All right, I absolutely hate them, whether they be spiders, insects, or snakes. And my brother's actually got a gigantic boa constrictor.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know it freaked me and my mother out when we first saw it.
What was my train of thought keeps leaving the station without me. Oh, I was gonna say, did you know the biggest spider ever recorded was the size of a grown man's chest?
Oh wow!
And apparently they've discovered it in Australia, which I can believe because they got huntsmen down there.
My memory is slipping. I did get the sushi on Friday. My mom cleaned my room, so she probably killed the bug. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's what I was telling one of the teacher's aides in school there. I was telling her that story about the world's biggest spider. She's like, oh, if I ever saw that thing, I'd just step on it. And another teacher was like, can you imagine the splatter on that thing, though?
That teacher's got a point.
Yeah.
Bridget, Julia, and the Golden Cougar.
That sounds like a movie.
That does sound like a movie, really.
Tell me, Jacob, who's directing it?
Is it that guy that likes big bangs in his movies? Lots of explosions?
Michael Bay?
Yeah, if it's a Michael Bay movie, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Seriously, I've heard, no offense to the guy, but I've heard that he kind of prioritizes big booms over the story. You know, he just wants to blow stuff up.
That's like Mythbusters.
Diapat Gordon is directing it. Or Ertl Duncan. I'm not too sure which one yet.
Good question. We'll get to that in a little bit, maybe.
If Duncan's directing it, it probably would have a lot of rock and roll in it.
Yes. We'll get
probably classic rock and roll.
Yes. That's the thing. Jacob's probably already got people lined up on, for the music.
Speaking of Diapat Gordon, I mean, until today, I've never really seen one of these Diapat models in person, and they really do impress the hell out of me. I mean, they are really good quality for the money that you pay for them.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned about Christian was out here during that time. He was checking out the workshop here, and he wanted to see the Diapat stuff, and he was really impressed with it. And it's like, yeah, I said this before, that Mattel should basically be taking notes on how to make good merchandise, because, well, apparently one of the reasons they're saying about, the line might be discontinued is because the company feels like they're too expensive. But I've said this before, that Thomas fans do not mind paying good money for good Thomas merch. And, these Diapets, they're made in Japan. Japan is really dedicated to just putting the amount of detail and effort into these. So, yes, they're a little more expensive, but I think you're getting your money's worth.
And in all seriousness, I don't think any Diapet is a better example than Hero.
Well, we know why Japan did so well on that.
Because Hero's a Japanese locomotive. Why wouldn't they? So, of course, they put even extra effort into him.
Tom Petty, George Harrison, Jimi Hendrix, Little Richard, and other famous dead rock stars write songs commissioned for the film. Okay. What was it?
I'm honestly a little offended that Duncan didn't actually manage to find the ghost of Johnny Cash.
Remember, I think it was yesterday there, I was telling you that back in the day, we used to have Johnny Cash, Bob Hope, and Steve Jobs. Now we have no Cash, no Hope, no Jobs, and we're all just sitting here praying Kevin Bacon doesn't die.
Oh, yeah.
Danny, the Diapet giveaway has not ended yet. At least I don't think it has. I hope it hasn't. Otherwise, I'm behind you.
Be very embarrassed.
Oh, look, live on your channel. Yeah, when was the upload date on that? Give me 1 second.
Love the Japanese and their love of Thomas and total disregard of authenticity in some respects when it comes to real steam.
Diapet giveaway comes to an end on the 18th. So you've got, you might as well say a week left since today's almost over.
Yeah.
So if you haven't entered yet, get your entry in. I think I mentioned this before. I'm honestly considering going out and buying a couple more Thomases just so I've got a few more to give away, because I've noticed quite a few people are interested, and I'd like to, I kind of feel bad that only one person out of many has the opportunity. I'd like to get two more, so at least, there's 3 chances.
There's also that Hero too, right?
Yeah. Also, I got, some may be wondering about the giveaway I was doing there last month with some of the stuff that came in those Ertl bundles. Actually finished that video today, so I'm planning on having that up tomorrow for you guys. So go ahead, keep a watch out for that. It should be up tomorrow morning. You look like an idiot.
You look like a homosexual.
Okay. Gonna dish it out. Gotta be willing to take it. Yeah, that's nothing new. I did that to Charlie last year.
What's that?
On New Year's Eve, because Charlie's 4 hours behind.
Oh yeah, that.
after it switched over there, I went ahead and I called Charlie on. I think I actually just texted him. I'm like, guess what? I'm in 2021. It still sucks. But
2022, yes.
Good times. So something I should mention, if you guys have seen the description of this, planning on doing this stream for an hour. However, this is only going to be part one of the stream, because once we hit the 30-minute mark here, me and Eddie are going to actually be moving out to the garage to run some trains. So we're going to be leaving the workshop and going out there. There is going to be a few minutes in between when this ends and when the next one starts. Kind of got to take time, get some stuff put together. But Eddie took time there. We got his big hauler engine going today, which took, basically 2 hours we were at that.
Yeah.
The thing didn't run when he got it here. No idea why. I don't know if it was a bad switch or I'd probably have to say it was a bad, they call them dry solder joints. And yes, I know some of you people may think I'm mispronouncing that. That's how they say solder in the States. They don't say solder. You go in someplace asking for solder, they're going to laugh at you and call other people over to look at you. So, yeah, basically, that's what I'm concluding. It was a dry solder joint on one of those connections, because me and Eddie, the first thing we did was test the motor. Motor worked. Then we bypassed the switch, the on-off switch, and it worked then. But then we just ended up soldering everything back together, and it worked. So, again, I'd say probably a bad solder joint. You talking the big hauler.
That's actually an old Bachman product. Actually, they're still making big haulers to this day, but they're actually much better quality nowadays.
They just came out with just this year, they came out with the plug and play, the ones that have the plug and play system on them.
Yeah, mine's an old battery powered RC system.
Yeah. I think I mentioned this before. Maybe that was Christian I talked to. Those old battery pack, or the new big haulers that came out with this year, those were actually delayed 3 years.
Wow.
I think they announced them back in 2019, and they just getting what they were waiting for, I guess, was the
Pennsylvania one.
No, they were waiting for the boards.
Oh.
The boards in the tender, they were waiting for those from China.
Oh wait, yeah, it's the customers that were waiting for the Pennsylvania one.
Yeah,
but Bachman was waiting for the boards. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I was saying, though, here, once we hit the 30-minute mark, we're going to end this stream. Then we're going to jump into the next one, which has already been scheduled. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you're interested in getting right into that when we start it, go to my channel, set a reminder on that, because it is up right now. Like I said, it's probably going to be a few minutes for us to transition over, because I got a few things to work on. Something else to show here. Some of you have probably seen this. Christian got this for me. You're grinning like a word I'm not going to say, but
you're grinning like an idiot.
Yeah, like French Stewart. Yeah, Christian got me this. That was one of the things he gave me yesterday. Also, Ertl 16
UK version.
Yep. So I know he's not here right now, but thank you, Christian. I really appreciate this. And we are going to see this running in part 2 of this live stream. So that's one of the things I'm going to have to do when I get off here, is put the new couplers on this, which shouldn't take long. Yesterday, running Annie there, I noticed that the centering spring on her coupler broke, so I got to throw a new one on her real quick. Still like to know where that got to. I'll probably find it when I'm taking the tracks down.
Yeah, probably.
Anything else Not that I can think of. James is up in the garage, Jacob. I can't get to him at the moment.
Well, A. James is there.
Yeah.
The other one's in his room.
Yes.
Just slapped his custom Trackmaster Thomas. Okay. I think your cat's trying to tell you that your cat doesn't like your Thomas.
Not really. Being I'm on YouTube's system for the stream, I can't really do anything like that. That's what I got. Eric recommended to me that OBS Studio, but I have not messed around with it enough to really, get my head around how that's going to work.
Oh, okay. He wants us to run James out of the garage.
Yeah. And I want a woman to spend time with. That's not going to happen either. Well, Jacob's kind of in the same boat I am. Oh, well. That's life.
Funny. Jacob's more interested in seeing James run than the brand new Diesel. So
that was one thing when Christian was here yesterday. He wanted to see Diesel run, and he wanted to hold the thing as if it was a child. And then he also, that was his first time seeing the large-scale Emily in the flesh, because I'm guessing every other person he knows that has large-scale and he's met up with, that's the one model they don't have, which is understandable. Freaking price of that model. I still say Blockman regrets making Emily just because of how expensive she turned out to be. And Emily's a perfect example why Gordon and Henry are never going to happen.
No, we're still kind of crossing our fingers that one day Edward will be made.
I don't think Edward's out of the question. I say as long as it's a model smaller than James, it has a chance. But I think at this point in time, it's a very slim chance.
Then again, it'd probably be more likely we'd see Nia, I guess, since she's more relevant.
I really don't feel like we'll get anything large scale character wise or engine wise for. I think Diesel and Paxton were the last ones for a while. Yeah, keep in mind, Winston was announced back in 2015, and we didn't get Diesel till basically 2 years later. He got announced in 2017.
And he got silently canceled.
Yeah,
because his price is going to be about comparable with Emily. But then we were all surprised when they re-announced him, but he was going to have a much lower RRP.
Yeah, and I mean, look at it like, for example, too. It was 2020 by the time Diesel got re-announced, so you're looking at 5 years from when Winston got announced.
You know what? Bill and Ben might not be too bad.
Yeah, people brought up those because, one tooling, one tooling for two characters. I'll be back. You sit here. Keep it clean.
Okay. TT, I'm assuming that is actually smaller than N scale. Like, it's like super tiny like this. I have a feeling Corey's probably not going to get the Cool Props Thomas case. Biggest reason is going to be the price, and it's most likely not going to be compatible with any of his large-scale stuff. Oh, it's between HO and N. Okay, I'm more of a 00 scale person, so TT is kind of I'm not really too familiar with it. But I've heard there's actually a scale that's even smaller than N scale. I think that's actually called Z scale, but I'm not too sure. Which one? The blue one that we all know and love, or the Adventure Begins one that's the LBSC green? Because I'm not gonna lie, I really do like the look of a model era replica that actually has that livery, because there's that's one of my favorite things from The Adventure Begins. Oh, okay. So yeah, the blue one comes with Annie and Clarabelle again. Then all right. Thinking about it, yeah, I think the green one actually only comes on it by itself, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I have. I am actually aware of that, Dan Demand. I've actually seen that. As from what I am aware, that was actually made by MST Noodle, who, if you guys are aware, actually made the original Trains and Microsoft Train Simulator Thomas models. Oh yeah, Bill and Ben were made at Cool Props Row because replicas too. Honestly, if you ask me, they were a bit of an odd choice to make as replicas next. I would have personally have thought it would have been a better idea personally if they actually, went through the roster from, like 1, 2, 3. So I think it would have been a better idea to have done Edward next, but I'm assuming they probably have done that because it's easier to manufacture Bill and Ben, because they are very small engines and they basically have the same tooling. Season 1 Cool Props Thomas. Well, honestly, I would love to see that too, to be fair. But honestly, what's the point? They've already made Thomas. I mean, it's kind of, they would have to do like very small modifications like Marklin air hoses, probably put the lining, if it isn't there already, on the bunker. But I don't know. The changes seem a little too minimal to really make any sense.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
What I miss?
We were just talking a bit about the cool props, replicas, and everything.
Yeah. I quite like those myself, but just the price for something that's not even powered. I have heard of, there are a few people, I guess, that are looking into getting those and powering them, but still the price though.
Yeah, Danny McDonald says he's actually planning on getting the blue one with Danny and Clarabelle.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see, somebody upload a video of that stuff.
I'm sure they're going to be smaller than this, though, if they're proper gauge.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
those models are somewhere between. Well, I know the scale of those is like 122.5.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, if they are pretty much built like to the exact specifications of the original props, maybe they could possibly find like Marklin guts and use those to power them, I guess. Because that's kind of what they did back on the show in the original days.
Sodor man, no one likes a snitch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so you're going to have to import them.
Yeah, he's a big liar. Dan Ben's being a big liar. Put an RC car inside of Thomas and make him run with that.
No, that.
I don't know. That doesn't feel. I don't know. I don't think it would feel right doing it that way. If it was me, I personally would have it run just like the original models did back in the day. Track power.
Daniel, I got your email, just so you know.
It actually looks really good.
Yeah. remind me here tonight. I have to respond to him. Get some info over his way. Got to do that tonight. It's going to happen, guaranteed.
All right, thanks a bunch, Dan.
We are at the 35-minute mark. I said I was only going to run this for half hour, so we're going to go ahead and cut it here. Me and Eddie are going to get some stuff taken care of with the models here, which should only take a couple minutes. Then we're going to move out into the garage and run some trains, and we'll probably do that for a half hour or so, and then call it quits for the night.
Maybe answer a couple more questions while we're
yes.
at it, maybe.
So just give me a second real quick. I'm going to check and make sure that is on the channel. All right, there's that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It would probably be way too much work. Yeah.
Right there. So yeah, the next part of the stream is there. Go ahead, set yourself a reminder. Just hang there until we get there. Like I said, it's going to be a few minutes. We're heading off now. Anything you want to say before we go idle for a little bit?
Stay fresh, guys.
Yeah. Okay, then. We'll catch you guys in, what, 5 to 10 minutes?
10, 15 minutes, maybe?
Nah, probably 5 to 10 minutes. So, yeah, we'll see you then.
All right. See you then, guys.